Good morning, 49er fans. I know it's bright and early, and this video is a little late because we won last night. But I gotta say, Halloween, a couple beers, having to take the kids trick or treat and take a toll on you, baby. But I'm here this morning, and I gotta say, baby, 8 and fucking 0. 8 and 0. So I'm gonna get the particulars out of the way. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on any and everything 49ers. Alright? And with that being said, I'm gonna give it to you straight, no chaser, bright and early in the morning on a beautiful Friday. Nice and cool out here in Arizona. My home is at 63 degrees. You know, my wife loves that. I freeze, but either way. So we had a hell of a game last night, guys. Hell of a fucking game. We had a couple injuries, but everybody who was injured came back in. Kittle went out. Armstead went out. Quan went out. He was the only person who didn't come back in. Unfortunate thing about Quan is they feel like it's something with his pectoral muscle. So we're hoping that everything is okay. They did say he had a good range of motion. So if it is a torn pec, done for the season. Dre Greenlaw comes in, takes his spot. If it's just a strained pec, which I've had from, a car accident years ago, it'd take him probably like maybe a month, maybe two to get over that. Because believe you me, a strained pec is harsh, man. I had that when I was in a car accident, man. And at the time, my oldest daughter is now 20. I couldn't pick her up. And at that time, she was like maybe 2 or 3. So a strained pec will definitely, put you out of commission. So it'll probably take him maybe a month or so to get back, but they said he has a good range of motion and everything. So if anything, I'm gonna tell you right now, we'll probably have Greenlaw in there, and we did have Greenlaw in there, and Greenlaw did a damn good job. We didn't miss a beat, and that's the one thing about our team. We so resilient, and we have so many people that can do the fucking job. It doesn't matter who goes down. And that's exactly what we do. People don't understand that about this squad. When we say next man up, we mean next man up, get in there and do your job. And they get in there and do their job. We never miss a beat. Justice School and Daniel Brunskill do their job. That's exactly what happens. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy G took 1 sack last night. 1. And we had Chandler Jones and T Sizzle all over us. You know what I'm saying? So that says to me what? That we did a fantastic job on our blocking. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that one thing was they actually stopped our run game. They slowed us up, man. We had 101 yards on the ground. Breida had 78. He averaged 5.2. But touchdown TC didn't have no touchdowns. And he only averaged 1.9 yards a carry. So it was a little bit, crazy to see them stop our run. But the beauty of it is they stopped the run. And who showed up? The guy everybody's been talking about. Jimmy G showed the fuck up. Jimmy went 317 for he went 28 of 37 for 317 yards and 4 TDs and no interceptions. None. Zero. Zip. Zilch. Nada. So that's the beauty of that. They shut our run game down to an extent. And what happened? Jimmy said, all right, that's cool. Fuck, shut the run game down. That's cool. I can throw the ball. Y'all must have forgot. I can throw the ball. Y'all know that, right? And what happened? And Jimmy connected with everybody and their mama in the receiving corps. Jimmy connected with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different receivers. And the only person that averaged less than 5 yards on their catches was Jeff Wilson Jr. He had 1 for 2 yards. You know what I'm saying? Dante Pettis showed up again randomly with his only catch of the night for a touchdown. In the corner, Jimmy floated that ball. I was like, where the fuck is he throwing the ball? As soon as I seen that bitch come down and Dante was right there, I was like, okay. And then Dante gave us a little Mike Jackson with the I'm like, okay, Dante. Didn't get traded. You got to do something. Shit. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Another thing that I saw was his connection with Emmanuel Sanders. That was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? To see him and E-Man just going crazy. Like, it was off the fucking chain. And it was so wild when, that happened. I was like, yo, he really had, you know what I'm saying, had a great connection with him. When they were throwing the ball, it was like maybe a couple passes. It was like one where he threw it was just a little too high. There was another one that he threw, and he wound up kind of tipping it. It got tipped a little bit by Buda Baker. But, the one thing you give Cardinals a little bit of respect for is the DBs are usually not too bad. They're not too bad. And they always give us a fucking challenge, man. I thought we was going to come in here and whoop their ass and blow them out. But for some damn reason, every time we play the Cardinals, they fight. They will not go down easily. But, hey, we broke that 4-year streak of them winning. So we got their ass now. You know what I'm saying? They ain't winning no more. And all we got to do this time is go back home and play Seattle. And then we'll wind up, playing the Birds again. And it's going to be crazy, man. So the beauty of it is since we got to go back home, it's nothing. It's an hour on the flight. Jump on the flight, go home, relax. And they basically have a whole week and a half almost just to prepare. Because we don't play all the way through this week, all the way through until Sunday. So that's a beautiful thing. It gives us more time to heal up, more time to get people back. So possibly we could probably get at least Joe Staley and maybe Juice back, and maybe even McGlinchey too. We might have enough people back at that time. We'll start because everybody coming back healthy. It would suck to miss Quan because Quan has been an aberration. He's been very good this year. Him and Fred, the hot boys, they've been doing their thing. But if we do miss Quan, I'm not going to front you. I feel like Greenlaw going to come in there and do the damn thing. E-Man, 7 for 112 with averaging 16 yards a catch and a touchdown. Mr. Kittle, 6 for 79, 13.2 yards and a touchdown. Dante Pettis, 1 for 21 and a touchdown. And who showed up? That was the homie K Bizzle. KB came through. He had 1 catch, 7 yards, but it was a TD. See, I'm the type of person, I don't believe in big stats. You don't have to have super gaudy numbers. I mean, if you score touchdowns, who gives a fuck? That 2 to 3 game span, we had Jeff Wilson come in and he scored those 4 TDs. People's like, he ain't had no yardage. He don't get. Do you want 100 yards a game or do you want touchdowns? Or do you want both? I'll take at least at a bare minimum just the touchdowns. You know why? Because that helps my team win games. So it is what it is. I mean, hey, 1 catch, 7 yards of TD, I ain't gonna be mad about it. KB been showing up, maybe doing his thing. So that just goes to show you that it doesn't matter who we put in the game, we're gonna win. Shanahan will find a way to help us win, and it shows that our defense has to be a little resilient. Now, our defense did not look as fantastic as they normally do, man. Kenyon Drake, I said in my last video, we got to be mindful with him. Drake came in there and showed up and showed out, man. This motherfucker got 15 carries for 110 yards and 7.3 yards a carry and a TD. Once again, I'm sorry, man. It's early in the morning, man. It's cold as hell. Once again, what's weird is Kenyon Drake had a 36-yard run. And if you take that 36-yard run away, again, puts him back under the 100-yard mark. Kyler Murray had 5 rushes for 34 yards. But still, we didn't do what we normally do. And that's, I think, about the second or third rushing touchdown that we've allowed this year. So, I mean, that's still a great, stat as far as our defense goes. But it was probably just because it was a short week. Everybody was tired and worn out. We had to go in there to somebody else's house and play them, but we still showed up. But it was the chunk plays that got us this game, guys. Big chunk plays that we gave up, man. Andy Isabella had an 88-yard TD. I was on fire about, man. I was pissed, and this is why, plays like that is why I say that we have to have T Moore in the game, because he has the speed to keep up with guys like that. You watch Tart and Jimmy Ward get burned on that play. They couldn't keep up with him. Sherm was trying to read the play correctly, and he just missed it. And as soon as he missed it, Isabella took off, and that's a fast little motherfucker. If y'all don't know who Andy Isabella is, look him up, motherfucker, quick. I'm pretty sure he was on Next Gen Stats for one of the fastest players that was moving. But you know, Kenyon Drake definitely did his thing. He had, 4 receptions, 52 yards. He had his rushing for 110. So he came out there, he showed up and showed out. So they might have found them a running back, to go along with their system because, having, being in Miami ain't doing shit. They suck. But I mean, that was the only catch Isabella had. It was that one catch for 88 yards and a TD. None of their receivers went over, 100 yards. Receiving at all, but Murray did have 2 TDs. He had one to Isabella, and he had one to Keyshawn Johnson. Now, what's really weird is Fitz usually shows up, and Fitz didn't show up, man. Fitz had 4 catches for 38 yards, and that's really odd because Fitz usually always shows up against us, always. No fumbles on either side of the ball. And then, they only got to Jimmy one time. And I believe, that was Chandler Jones. And he almost didn't sack Jimmy. Jimmy almost got out that shit. That was what was crazy. Jimmy, literally held Chandler Jones on his back. And if y'all ain't see it, man, I think it was on, Twitter or something. Chandler caught this motherfucker at the store shopping before the game. He caught him slipping shopping. So he just basically turned around. Jimmy turned around like, man, back up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get off me, get off me. It's all in fun and games. But, so our defense, we still came up to 3 sacks. Nick didn't have any sacks this game. They were doubling and trying to triple that dude, man. They ain't want him getting nowhere near Kyler. He had some pressures, but he didn't get a chance to really get to him. So, our defensive line was just starting to manhandle people. They lost another O lineman in the game, and it just took a turn for the worse. So Dre Greenlaw had a sack, DeForest Buckner had a sack, and D Ford had a sack. D Ford had 2 sacks, but technically speaking, he only had 1 because the first sack was a horse collar tackle, so they threw flag on that and gave him their time. Gave him their yardage. 15 yards, and it's unfortunate that happens. But we played a hell of a game, guys. We did some real good things this game. Fred Warner had a pass defense, so did Uncle Sherm. E-Man, 41 on defense. He wound up, missing on a would-be interception, and that allowed them to have a big play. So that was pretty much the issue last night, was chunk plays that we gave up. Our defense was doing what they could to try to go ahead and get him and get after him, but it was chunk plays. So as of right now, guys, we look really good. We are 8-0. We are the top of the NFC and the top of the NFL, period. Let nobody tell you different. If you're a Niner fan, our team is the best in the NFL. Ain't nobody better. So we went in there on the Thursday night game, showed everybody what Jimmy G can do. They said, oh, well, he didn't show up. Oh, he can't throw no touchdowns. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. Showed up last night with 4 TDs and over 300 yards. So I'm sorry. You can't tell me that we can't rely on him in big spots. And then, you know what the new excuse is going to be? Well, it was against the Cardinals. What do you want? What do you want? Do you want him to throw touchdowns, or do you want us to run the ball so you continue to say he sucks and that he's not good and that he can't show up in big moments? They stopped our run to an extent, and we said, okay, that's fine. We'll throw the ball. And that's going to be the excuse. Oh, well, the Cardinals have the 29th ranked passing defense, blah, 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 and all this other stuff. And yes, we have to give you 50 reasons why the 49ers suck and why they aren't for real and why we shouldn't believe in them. And this defense is the only thing that's going to carry them. And the offense just, they're scraping by, or they're just, come on, people. Get off it already. You got to understand something. Every team has their niche, and they have their own thing that they're going to do. It's very simple. You will do what works best for you. We run a stretch zone play. Since that didn't work, Kyle said, all right, y'all think you think we just run the ball, and if you take away the run, you stop us? No, sir. Jimmy will come out and he will throw the ball. 4 touchdowns and not a single pick. Every other game he threw a pick. And I'm not lying. If you don't believe me, check the stats. Every game he's thrown a pick. So this next game we got is, Monday night, man. It's Monday night football. And that's going to be on November 11th. And we'll be on ESPN. It's going to be real easy to watch. And we going to get them. Oh, we going to get them. We going to get them good. So, y'all stay Niner faithful. Stay Niner blessed. Remember, we 8-0. We are the top in the NFL. I ain't worried about no Patriots. I ain't worried about no Packers. I ain't worried about no Saints. I ain't worried about none of that. Period, point blank. If you ain't the Niners, you're not undefeated. You're not the best. Every team has points where they struggle. Every team has points where they do different things. And they overcome adversity. We overcame the adversity last night. They slowed the run up. TC didn't have no touchdowns. Man, Bree didn't have no touchdowns. So they said, you know what? We're going to take to the air. And he hit 4 different people for 4 TDs. You got to think about that. E-Man, Kittle, Dante, KB, all had a touchdown. And they were all great touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? E-Man's TD got tipped a little bit, but he caught it. And the other thing I want to touch on right before I go, guys, I'm starting not to trust Deebo Samuel a little bit. And the only reason is because he's dropping balls. And that's not good. Some of our receivers dropped balls last night, and that makes Jimmy look bad. So then everybody will be like, oh, Jimmy G looked bad. No. If he put the ball right where it needed to be and the receiver dropped the ball, that's not on him, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? And there were a couple of drop passes last night that we needed. But we pulled the game out. We won, 28-25. It was a close game, but we won nonetheless. Like I said, I like Deebo, and he makes plays. And when he actually catches the ball and he turns around, he will bully his way anywhere for any and every yard that he gets. But the thing is, he has to consistently catch the ball. And I understand he's a rookie and he's still growing and learning. But that don't mean you just keep dropping these balls, man. There's some rookies that have come out and they don't drop passes like that. Deebo has been notorious for it. In my game preview for the Seahawks, which will probably be next week, I'll give y'all a little bit more. But it's just unfortunate that this keeps happening. I like the kid. I love it. Like I said, when he catches the ball, he bullies his way to do any and everything. But we cannot continually have him consistently dropping balls, especially in big spots. Because he doesn't drop little 2-yard pass. He'll drop like a 16, 17, 20, 30-yard gain. And that's what kills me, is because those are chunk plays that we need. But hopefully it's just, like kind of a rookie situation. And he's just building, and we need him to do a little bit more eventually. But either way, once again, 8-0, top of the NFL. Ain't nobody better. Niner gang, Niners for life. Y'all have a wonderful day. If you got to go to work, get to work, relax, and we'll keep up with our opponents, in the league as far as this weekend. And make sure that, we keep a close eye on them and see what they're doing. I'll be back probably next week with a video for the Seahawks. And, we at home against them. So Levi Stadium going to be rocking, and we going to get their ass. Y'all stay Niner faithful, stay Niner blessed. Peace, and I'm out.